Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot, back with another general reading, you all. Thank you guys so much. Thank all of you so much, for your love, your support, your generosity. Thank you for your views, your likes, definitely your emails and your donations. Thank you guys so much for the support of my channel. This is a general message, so only take what resonates. Don't make something fit that doesn't. This entire reading may not resonate with you, or you can just get in it for the vibe. Your choice, all right? But sending you all love and light. Continue to move forward. You are doing awesome. You looking beautiful and handsome as ever. My divine masculines, my divine feminines. Y'all know what it is. Thank you all so very much for trusting me with your energy. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me. For those of you that are as genuine as you say and have shown that you are, just as dedicated, not just by your subscribes, but just because you genuinely support me. And I appreciate you. I really do. But we're going to pull a few cards and get a message out. But overall, I hope you guys are doing extremely and awesomely well. For those of you that don't fuck with me, don't like with me, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really care, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident in what I do, who I am, how I move, and I love, people that love me back. That's just period. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with people that fuck with me back. The right way, the long way. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all doing the same. I don't entertain foolishness. That's why I don't mind having my comment section open, because at one time when I first started, I did have it closed because I wasn't up for the shenanigans. I still ain't. But I know how to, transmute, negative energy and shit like that. And I'm very protected. And I make sure I cleanse and protect my channel at all times, especially myself. But at the same time, for those of you that don't support me, don't fuck with me, don't like me, it shows. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm not, posting a video. I know. Okay? Even if you liking the video and you don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to prosper off of the fact that you don't fuck with me for real. That's just how my platform set up. All right? So if you don't want, if you don't like what I'm putting down, you don't like what I'm saying, you don't support what I'm saying, it ain't for you, cool. Take it up with your spirit team. But definitely don't, don't be fake, because I don't fuck with fake. All right? People with real gifts, got real karma, got real protection behind them. Don't fuck with people that ain't fucking with you. That's just period. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I leave my comment section open, because it really don't, one way or the other, I'm going to prosper. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, benefit from any and every fucking thing, that is against me. I claim it. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. But we're going to, like I said, pull a few cards, get a message out. This could be past, present, or future energy collective, that of, your energy. Whether this is past energy, maybe something that you've already went through, got knowledge of. It could be your past persons, people around them, places, times, and also events. All right, so only take what resonates. All right, beautiful. All right, handsome. All right, but let's see what it is. And then this is trying to rain. It is trying to rain. But I've already pre-shuffled these decks and cleansed, so split the deck. You got the Ten of Swords and you got the World in reverse. Right off the rip, you got Aquarius out here, you got Leo out here with the World in reverse. Something could have ended, with somebody that may have been at a distance. Could have been somebody fantasizing about how something could have been, should have been, could have, would have, should have. But this is somebody, that did not, complete out a cycle. Like, they could be upset with something that they started that didn't end well. And you may have cleared out a cycle with somebody. Maybe whatever they were fantasizing about, or whatever they intentions were, thoughts were, at a time, it may not have been able to be brought into fruition. Like, it could have just been something somebody was fantasizing about, but wasn't really doing the work, or didn't put in the time and the effort to do something, for something to turn out better than what it did. Yeah, somebody learning a lesson. Right behind this World in reverse is the Three of Wands. So somebody's learned a lesson. Like, you were a lesson, to somebody, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Because it's Ten of Swords. Right behind the Ten of Swords is a star. Both in the upright. So you could have been guided away from somebody, or some of you ended something, or a cycle is completed out. So whatever cycle was completed out could have been a karmic cycle, could have been a cycle that had its reasons for ending. So something may have had a good reason why it needed to end, for something new to start. All right, something old had to end for something new to begin is what I'm getting. All right. So for some of you, or somebody in particular, you may have closed out a cycle or ended some things with somebody, or came to some type of revelation when it comes to something you may have been, something ran its course. Okay? But let's use this one. Give me 3 cards on this reading for my collective overall energy. Give me 3 cards. I'll settle for just one if it's overall energy, but what's the message for my collective? Holy Spirit, Holy Angel. What does my collective need to know? Lurking and spying on you. Man or woman, somebody lurking and spying on you. And this is more than one person. This is not just one particular person that's lurking and spying. Yeah, I'm not going to keep it as too many. Lurking and spying on you. Why? Why is this person lurking and spying on you? Why is these people lurking and spying? First, middle, last initial D can be significant. You got Q and W. So somebody could have the initials between Q and W. This could be somebody's first, middle, last initials between Q and W. W and Q. Somebody got these initials. Like you got D out here now. But somebody could have their first, middle, last initials between Q and W. First, middle, last. The next card, risk it all when I joined this cult group. It came out in reverse though. Somebody joined a low vibrational group. Maybe they joined this group in the past, or this was a group they may not have known, to what height or extent, this group, performed at, or, how what this group indulged in at some point until it got to be maybe more than clear to them, like whatever these people get into or whatever this group of folks they was entertaining being around, because I'm seeing the Hierophant. Like somebody got a few red flags, but I feel like somebody may have waited till something got, very clear to them that they, were maybe entertaining the wrong group of people, or they, in the wrong kind of atmosphere, or, in the wrong environment or something like that. You know how when you awaken, some people, when they awaken and they third eye open, ain't no telling where you may be at or where you may be at in your life at that time, or what may be going on with you, or where you may be presently at, physically at. And you'll be surprised, the shock that you end up being in when your third eye opens. And once it does, it's a lot of things that are made clear to you that is like you can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, when people end up in these kind of cult groups, that have like a lot of set rules, and sometimes they can fluctuate depending on, they need for control. And it can change, up at any time, depending on, like I said, they need for control. Like if they feel like they need to change something up to gain more control over the individual, so that the rest of the people don't feel like, they can just do what they want to do, and, have a say in anything. It's just like I'm getting a hierophant, like somebody, having, something be a certain way, and it's certain rules, and, these are followers. These are people that are, led by somebody that has a one track mind, one way of seeing things, and this is how it's gonna go. And I would say it's one they way of the highway, but it ain't no such thing as the highway. This is somebody that will, do all they can to try to hinder you from leaving, or make, you leaving difficult, but also that making that transition hard, even making, once you do separate, something, very difficult for you to move forward or try to, live in it differently. Like they'll make that difficult for you. Because I'm getting like lurking and spying, and, this cult group being in reverse, like I'm getting like Scientology, something like that. And it don't have to be, because a lot of times people, end up in the group, in the company of people not knowing what they do in the past time. Like people like, oh yeah, we got mass, or we got service. I gotta go to church. Or I gotta meet me and my family. We gotta go to church, or we gotta. You don't never know what some people church, actions, or they saying they gotta go to church. You never know what is really going on in that church until you start going, or until you become a member and have an assignment, or you have some type of, responsibility they want you to, acquire, pick up on, or sign up for. You know what I'm saying? They make it seem as though you can volunteer and do it, but they really got certain things they want you to do when you do take on some type of responsibility, when you do join. That's why, in the past I realized, very early on, like, just because I relocate and I want to look for a church home, I'm not going to join every damn church every time I relocate. I'm not going to do that. Because now you end up being on somebody's roster, here and there, from being a member of somebody's, or, congregation and shit. Organization. You know what I'm saying? So, it kind of is the reason why I kind of left that shit alone, too, at the same time. Lurking and spying on you. But I feel like this is somebody that could have been part of a friend group that had like this set way of, being. Everybody may have the same views, the same, way of thinking, and could be led by somebody that, brought them into this group as a friend, or they were, just hanging and mingling, or, like I said, was on the same, thinking the same way and in agreement with each other's behavior, lifestyle choices, beliefs and stuff like that, and it just went from there. And somebody risked it all, when they decided, to join this group. Risk it all when I join this group. Clarify, risk it all when I join this code group. Why is it in reverse? Why is risk it all when I join this code group? Why is it in reverse? You got the Ten of Pentacles and you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Virgo energy with the Magician and with the Ten of Pentacles. At the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo, the Magician. And the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, somebody know whatever this group was about. It's like somebody could have dodged a bullet, or it's something that they realized somebody risked it all when they joined this group. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody know they may have been looking towards this Ten of Pentacles. They may have been manifesting something, or trying to communicate something to make something better for them. But I feel like this person may have thought that they were relieving or releasing themselves, or relieving themselves of some type of responsibility. With the Magician, the Ten of Wands in reverse. Because it's like somebody may have felt like something, being in this group was like too much responsibility. Yeah, especially if somebody was refusing to do like the work on themselves and trying to avoid a towel or something like that, or like upset with the fact, or not liking the fact that they um don't have the control of something that they once had, or having to let something be the way it is, because that's just like somebody resisting change. But it's like they may feel like I don't want to have to change. I want to keep something the same. But it's like at this point somebody knows that if they risk something, if they risk it all to join this group, like somebody risked it when it came to this Ten of Pentacles, like when it comes to um harmony, balance, you know what I'm saying, prosperity, growth, and stuff like that. Like this is somebody that may have been manifesting at one time, and they may have did this person join this code group? Yeah. Virgo energy. Page of Pentacles. Somebody could be a Virgo that did this. And you got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Gemini, somebody could be dealing with a Taurus. Virgo, Capricorn. Because this is like somebody that, is very tapped in, very intuitive, very clever. This is somebody that could read a room. They, astute. You know what I'm saying? They could be an astute businessman, leader or something like that. But this is also, somebody that's very, much, in position of authority. Like they are very, they got boundaries, they got rules, they got, what I'm saying, a way about themselves, how they conduct, their day to day, how they handle themselves and shit like that. But this is also, somebody that's comes to like with honesty and truth. You know what I'm saying? This is what they say. This is, you know what I'm saying? And somebody joined a group, or they got involved with this group, or they realized something too late in the game. Because with this Ten of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles, it's giving me like somebody that may not have had much, but they may have sacrificed what they could have had by falling in line and being a follower with people that had the same beliefs as them and shit like that. And it could have bumped them out of an opportunity to get something the right way, as opposed to how this group does things and shit like that. And it could have been somebody, not looking at, what somebody else worth was on the, somebody just was looking at surface level or something like that. Because they looked at somebody like they were young at heart, but also very dedicated. They may not have had much. They may have been um, very good with planning with this Page of Pentacles. Like somebody very grounded, very rooted, in what they do. But this is somebody that's very trustworthy, dependable, faithful, goal oriented. Somebody went toward a group as opposed to a person. And I'm getting that this saying that somebody said, imagine you are masculine and somebody sent you a feminine to come into your life and heal you, and you fucked over that person. Like, imagine that. Imagine the person that you fucked over was the person that was on your path, that was sent to be on your path and in your life at that time to heal you. And you fucked over them. You made, you know what I'm saying, you mistreated them, mishandled them, you know what I'm saying, ran them off, with all kind of, low vibrational karmic behavior, you know what I'm saying, immature, low vibrational behavior, and you ran them off, and that person was there to show you the light. They were there to guide you through your third eye opening, guide you through levels of the dimensions you were supposed to be in by this time. In this lifetime, in your chart, there was a party, there was a realm, there was a moment, there was a time for you to be in alignment, when you needed to be in alignment. And it was somebody that was sent to be in your life at that time to help you elevate to get there, and you fucked over them and they gone now. It's like fucking over your spirit guide and expecting them to come back around now that you know that they were your spirit guide now. And then finding out that they got that option of whether they want to come back. And depending on how bad you damaged them, they may not want to. You may have damaged them so much that you can't even love them enough to prepare them. You can't even love them enough for them to trust, that you will protect them from now on. Imagine that. That's what I'm getting. That's for somebody. So I don't know if somebody needed to hear that when it comes to you collective, or you needed to hear that when it comes to whoever this is that is in this situation. Because I feel like somebody found out the hard way what they sacrificed after they sacrificed it. Or if somebody realized what they were risking if they did this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if somebody thought that they can join this group and still hold on to what they had with you. Or you thought you can, join this group and be with these people and be around these people and still have, a light worker in your life. Ain't gonna happen. You can't have a light worker in a bunch of dark entities and dark spirits and karmics, that you entertain on a daily basis or on a day-to-day basis, because that is going to have you off balance all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to be of the light or you're going to be of the dark. You're going to be confused and stuck in your head in limbo, living in a damn loop. Or you're going to snap back and be into reality, you know what I'm saying, and get your ass out the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Because right behind this Knight of Swords, this King of Swords, is the moon in reverse. The sun in reverse. And the Five of Wands in reverse. So somebody wants to compromise. They want, to, try to work on resolving some type of conflict or whatever the issues were. So, this person may have joined this group in the past and realized that they risked it all when they did this, to be in this group of people, you know what I'm saying, to be in this route. It could have been a church they was going to that had a way about them that this person was, going along with how they, they may have given this person advice, or they may have some type of lifestyle, motivational things that they were, applying to their day-to-day life or in their relationships and stuff like that. And it may have, caused them to overlook you, or it may have caused you to overlook somebody. Something like that. What's the Ten of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles? What's the Ten of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles? Clarify. Listed all. When I join this code group. What's the Ten of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles? What's the Page of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles? Yeah, you got the Death in reverse. With the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody was resisting change, you know, not looking at something being their problem or not wanting to take accountability, you know, when it came to them transitioning, like making a change, you know, letting the old version of themselves, you know, fade away, die off, you know what I'm saying, and start something new. Like somebody was resisting change, or they were listening to somebody that, you know, that was an influence that was causing them to repeat patterns. Yeah. You got the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So somebody now is having to, you know, have this eye-opening moment, like this aha moment now. When it comes to them actually finding new ways, getting out, traveling, you know. Because this is like, somebody has like a very, you know, bright, you know, growing, you know, fruitful imagination, but this is somebody that also, you know, looks at somebody like an inspiration, or somebody, you know, is inspired by another person or something like that when it comes to them wanting to get out and travel and do things, to find out, you know, different things about themselves by way of, you know, some of the things that they involve themselves in that may be new to them, like changing up your hobbies, you know what I'm saying, like going places you said you know, were on a list of things, or you said you would do, like getting into them things. But it also allows you to see yourself in a different way and appreciate things about yourself that you never really focused on. Like somebody may not have, you know, dated for, you know, what makes them feel good, what makes them happy. They may have been dealing with people that most people would pick for them or tell them, you know, who's better for them and why, and who is not good for them and why, and stuff like that, instead of them listening to their own intuition. Okay? So now it's like somebody, you know, may have like this cup of love with this Page of Cups. They want to come in and express, especially if they know you may reject them. Like somebody may feel Four of Cups, like you may be rejecting offers right now, or they feel like, you know, this may be something that you may reject from them because they rejected you. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that somebody may have, you know, you may have offered somebody an opportunity, was there for them, you know, put all your cards on the table feminine, or put all of your cards on the table masculine, and somebody may have, you know, disregarded, you know, your intentions, you know, when you did that, and now they want to come back around and possibly offer you the same opportunity, but you may not, they may be afraid of you rejecting that because they, you know, disrespected, you know what I'm saying, overstepped your boundaries with you. You know, they crossed some boundaries with you, they crossed some lines with you. And now they could be feeling like, you know, you cold-hearted towards them, or they went and got involved with somebody that did not have boundaries, didn't have limits and stuff like that, you know, when it came to how, you know, this person, you know, was able to move and do what they do. And they may have now, you know, have to look and accept the fact that this is about somebody not wanting to change. Like somebody at one time, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be a Scorpio. But this is somebody that whose heart chakra was not activated. I don't know if somebody did some root work on somebody or something like that, or they, when they got in this group or joined this group. Because this is a, you know, somebody that, you know, it was lost in their ways. Like this could have been somebody that was, you know, looking to go towards some route to like gain abundance, and this is like somebody sacrificed this. They risked, you know, what they could have had with somebody that was faithful, very abundant, you know, very prosperous, and, you know, when it came to possibly an inheritance and shit like that. But I feel like them resisting change and not wanting, to take accountability, especially if your ancestors was not okay and not supportive of somebody being in your energy in your life, on your path with you, that was not, suited and booted for what you got to go up against, to even be with this person. So them bringing drama is not what your ancestors is going to, be in the background fighting, for you with this person. And they the problem. It's like sleeping with the enemy and, not knowing until this person got, a stake yielded at your head, you just happen to wake up and see somebody standing over you ready to, take you out. You know what I'm saying? All because this person ain't in their right mind, or they, being controlled, by a group of people that ain't even at your house, or they not even around you, but this person hears they teachings wherever they go. Because I feel like somebody, listened to other people in the past, and this is why somebody was not accepting the fact that they needed to change. This is somebody that may have been dealing with people in this group that was resisting change and resisting, spiritual influence as well. You know what I'm saying? In any way, especially if it's not, what they into. And somebody feared a new beginning with this death in reverse. Like somebody didn't know, like if I stop doing this and I leave this alone, like what do I have to look forward to? How do I know if I go toward a collective, this is going to work? If I go toward Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, how do I know it's going to work? How do I know, this is going to be my forever, my happily ever after? How do I know that? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. And now somebody is having to go find out for themselves what makes them happy. Go and discover like what it is that truly makes you happy. Especially when it comes to, being truthful to yourself and loving on yourself and trusting the things that you get into is something that you genuinely want to do and not nothing more, nothing less. Why is the death in reverse? Why is the death in reverse? But it's got somebody lurking and spying on you though. Why is the death in reverse? You got the Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Somebody went and got their Ten of Pentacles without somebody, even though they may have been a page at the time. And you could be younger than this person or something like that, or young at heart, but because somebody resisted change and was afraid of a new beginning, you got your Ten of Pentacles, your Justice, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. When it comes to getting this equal give and take, this generosity, you know what I'm saying, this balance. Like this is somebody, justice is also about accountability as well, like cause and effect, like somebody realizing that they actions or whatever it was that they wasn't doing and what they should have done is the reason why, something is the way it is. With the Justice and the Six of Pentacles, like somebody taking accountability for their actions, you know what I'm saying? But this is, them also knowing like what caused this. And this is about this person, equal give and take, reciprocating what was, shown to them, what was, like if somebody giving you, who they are and they vulnerable with you, trust that that's not easy for them to do. If somebody giving you space and giving you submissiveness, if somebody's giving you genuineness and they're giving you a safe place, being unbiased, to be yourself, don't take advantage. Don't run out. Don't run the fuck out. And I feel like somebody ran the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? When it came to, giving you this equal give and take, and you got the Eight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot in reverse, Tower in reverse. Somebody was, had you in this stagnation, or they was in this stagnation moment for they self, or like trying to figure out what they needed to do or what direction to go in, especially when it comes to travel problems. You know what I'm saying? Like they may, like I said in the beginning when I split the deck with the World in reverse. Somebody may have lived at a distance. They could have been, realizing, all they needed to take was to close in that gap. Like if you and this person was at a distance, they could have changed that. That could have changed over time. All they had to do was, commit to something and work toward, at some point decide, how we want to do things, how we gonna bring our union closer, how we gonna, are you gonna come here or I'm gonna come there? What is it, what you wanna do? You know what I'm saying? And figure that out, as time go on, but don't just not make a decision to close in that gap if you and that person is at a distance, or that you and that person have a different work schedule. Like, you have to compromise and figure something out. And like I said, I had the 5 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So somebody want to come in and possibly compromise with you and, kind of resolve some issues that maybe they didn't want to face in the past, because they may not have known how it would turn out if they, gave you a answer or something like that. But it's like somebody didn't know what they were risking until they did it, or somebody, risked it all, because they refused to change or refused to, take that leap of faith, to see where something could go. And if it don't work, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? But don't self-sabotage because you did it for somebody in the past. I relocated, I moved with somebody in the past and they put me out, or I ended up falling out of, love with them, or they ended up, having me fall for them and then they changed up on me or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Show me this person lurking and spying on you. Lurking and spying on you. Who is this? When it rains, it pours out here. Lurking and spying. You got the Knight of Swords with the nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Virgo energy again. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Right now, so far, I got the got Earth out here and water. Got air out here too. Earth, water, and air. And it's like somebody lurking and spying on you, but it's got a lot to do with the fact that they see you as somebody very, that is very determined, and they feel somebody's heart chakra is activated. Like somebody sees you, with a lot of determination, and how you going after what it is you really like or love or something like that. But somebody wants to come in, with a lot of ambition now, or they see you like this as somebody that goes after what they want. You're very resourceful, very self-efficient, as above, so below. Yeah, because somebody was focused on, I ain't even say they were focused. Somebody was arrogant in the past. Like they may have felt like, I look like this. I got this for myself. I got people that come at me that got this, I got that. So shit, if that person do leave me alone, shit, I ain't gonna miss them until they did. And realize just what they sacrificed. And it's like, I kind of got like the insight to this reading before I even did it. Because everything that, I was receiving before this reading is in my mind now. It's playing out in this reading, and it's like somebody realized what they done did and who they lost and how they played themselves when they experienced somebody realizing a loss they going through, and it's because of their own doing, their own decision making. And now it's like it may have taken, like I said, you had the Ten of Swords. When I split the deck in the world in reverse, somebody realized they made a mistake, but you a lesson, to somebody, and they were a lesson to you. But I feel like somebody learned their lesson when it come to how they did you, when it came to them. Like somebody got schooled on their damn self. Like somebody got left behind and walked away from gracefully. And I feel like somebody ain't never been put down or left alone gracefully. Like they've always been recklessly, handled when it came, or it always been reckless, or it may have, in the past been reckless at times when they parted with people. Like it was a back and forth and, some backlash, some, tongue battling, but this didn't happen. Not with you. Not with you. What's the Knight of Swords? Lurking and spying on you. Clarify the Knight of Swords. What are their ambitions determined for? Lurking and spying on you. Why are they lurking and spying on you? What do they want? What does this person want that's lurking and spying? What do they want? What are their intentions? Somebody want to go on this journey, child. They want to take this leap of faith. Like this desire to start over, start anew. Somebody want to start over. And it could be a Queen of Swords that, in reverse, that's lurking and spying. Clarify the Knight of Swords with the Fool. What's the Knight of Swords with the Fool? Clarify the Knight of Swords with the Fool. You got the Seven of Cups and the Six of Cups. With the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Scorpio. If somebody was confused about, what direction to go in, or, not knowing who to choose in a time where they may have had a lot of options, they may have a lot of distractions that, and they may have been dealing with a lot of people that they had past history with, you know what I'm saying? A lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories with. And this person could have had a lot of options, but, they may be looking back, and they could have had some, kids with some people, some of these options, and they could have had some distractions that may have, may come with, like some childhood, past issues, past history with some of these people. Clarify this Seven of Cups. Why is the Seven of Cups out here? What's the Seven of Cups by itself? What's the Seven of Cups by itself? What's the Seven of Cups by itself? Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. With the Star at the bottom of the deck. Somebody is very envious, or they, was afraid of like being emotionally vulnerable. Because you know what I'm getting? Somebody didn't want, they may have had some options and had a lot of other, suitors, but not knowing, what they would get out of all these people or these different people they were involved with, or different distractions, different obligations, different things that they had may indulged in. It's like somebody knew, they were like avoiding, emotion, like somebody saying, I'm a date without purpose. I'm going to just, be a free spirit. I'm just going to be, a mover and a shaker. I'm not going to be somebody that's going to settle down or settling down type. I'm just going to hit it and quit it, move around, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is a easy, this is an easy fuck right here. You know what I'm saying? Like that girl said, you an easy fuck, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody a easy fuck. Because they were willing to be, emotionally unattached and involved and available, to have all these options so they wouldn't have to be responsible. But deep down, this person had a lot of history and memories and, thoughts that they had of you that they still thought about even when they were dealing with these other people. that they were looking for you in, different versions of themselves and you. They were looking for that, connection and that vibe with these people, when they got involved with them. All while they were being emotionally unavailable, not wanting their emotions to be involved. Now they lurking and spying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to come towards you to go on this journey. Because they can have all these options, and that's fine if you got a busload of hoes. But how many of them really got your best interest at heart? How many of them willing to work together to take your ass down and out and have you broke and stupid? And you know what I'm saying, caught up in a damn, like they're saying, go, oh, with a tangle web we weave. You know what I'm saying? And somebody sees you as very attractive. They see you as somebody very guided with a star at the bottom of the deck, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But they said this is somebody that knows that, they had some vulnerability issues. And they possibly, want to lay something to rest now, and, bring some type of peace to a situation with the Four of Swords. They could be healing. They could know, you healing from things. And, but it's like somebody want to lay something to rest. And, take some swift action, towards you. 8 of Wands. Yeah. And I feel like because they know by you being an empath or knowing, you can feel their energy. You could even know that this person want to come towards you, but you also know what's keeping them, holding them back, or making them feel like, they need a, like you feel like they self-sabotaging. Like if you feel like you don't know if you should take a person back, this their energy. This is them. Like somebody don't know if you are going to be open and vulnerable enough and willing to, take a chance on them like you did before. It's not for you to take a chance on them. They gonna have to take a chance on you because they the one fucked it up. That tit for tat shit don't work, bro. If they joined a group, you know what I'm saying, that, had they issues or had they beliefs and stuff like that, this person, join this group, trying to, be part of somebody to find themselves instead of just taking the time to go explore and look within. This person wanted to be part of something that to feel like they, belong somewhere. But they didn't want to be emotionally available at the time. Like somebody was trying to avoid, having their heart broken, or avoid making decisions that may not work out. You know what I'm saying? Avoid going towards somebody that, got their best interest at heart and taking that chance on the fact that they made some bad choices in the past and thought they had it right when they chose this woman or that man or these people, or getting involved with men and women and thinking that they would find their way eventually, somebody would prove themselves in some way, and it just made shit worse. It only, took more energy from them. And calling for your energy back from this person is the best thing you could have done, because if this person gonna have multiple options and keep laying with them, physically and sexually and mentally spreading their energy around, they was bringing yours with it, with you in mind. They was bringing yours with it, with you in mind, so it can make you exhausted. It can make you feel, horny for no damn reason. It can make you want to, play with yourself when you ain't even in the mood to do no shit like that, because this their energy. You know what I'm saying? They keeping you in mind while they're dealing with other people. Get the fuck out your energy. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, what's this person overall outcome in this situation moving forward? What's their future actions moving forward? What's the future actions in this situation moving forward? Got the Emperor. Clarify the Emperor. Clarify the Emperor. Future actions moving forward. What's the Emperor with the future actions moving forward? Yeah. You got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Aries, Leo, Sag with Pisces out here now with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like there's somebody that, may be an authority figure now that somebody talking to, or this could be your Emperor, but they could be, somebody of authority. You know what I'm saying? But somebody feels as though like they, having some setbacks, some delays. They could be dealing with, some the loss of control that they used to have, over a situation, over, how something, was going. Like if they had deep feelings, like if you and this person had a very deep connection, you know what I'm saying? This person may have lost that. Like they, feel like they're at the bottom of the wheel right now. Like they may have to, accept, where they at right now and just keep being persistent, with what it is they need to work on. Because you got the lovers, you got the two of swords, and the ace of wands. The bottom of the deck. With the knight of wands. So somebody feels as though like there's, some type of love or partnership or something like that. That's, something that Gemini energy, they, could feel like you their person. This could be your person. But it's like somebody, is at a crossroads, or they feel like, they don't know, if you want something with them still or not. Like they don't know if that chance, that opportunity is still there, or they may not know how much you know when it comes to them coming back around, because of whatever hidden information or communication that ain't being had. They don't know. So they may have felt like, that communication of what it is you do know, they'll probably never know how much you do know or what you know at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not talking to them. And, they could be at a stalemate, waiting on you. But this is somebody that had you at a stalemate at a time where, you felt something for them at one time and maybe was trying to be a guide to them, and be there for them. But this is somebody that was not emotionally available. Like this is somebody that, you may have awakened just by walking away and keeping, standing on business. Because now somebody feels like, there's no passion there. Like you may have lost your issue, you may have lost that passion for that you once had for them. And I feel like you have, in a way, because somebody has let that time that they thought, joining a group would, take care of. Somebody got that completely and absolutely wrong. And all this time that may have went by, for some of you, it may have been a year, a few years. For some of you, it may have been, a good amount of, months. But it's been enough that allows you to heal, and it has allowed you to get over this person. You know what I'm saying? In your own way, and work on your healing, But this emperor, they feel like, that it's a setback now for them. It's like starting over anew, with a person that they've been knowing for a while. And it's starting anew, and they not at the top of the wheel, the wheel is not in their favor right now. And it feels like a setback, you know what I'm saying? Because they went in a different direction and still didn't get the outcome they wanted, which is the same outcome they may have, kind of felt like it would be with you. You know what I'm saying? Or you felt like it was going to be with somebody else. Take it how it resonate. But they ended up getting the outcome that they didn't want to get anyway in the direction they went in. And it's going to keep being that way until this person man the fuck up, and accept that, whatever it is like between them and this person, you and this person or something like that. Like somebody going to have to accept, that if they don't make a decision, if they letting their decision be based on, oh, I wonder how much this person know, you know what I'm saying? So I won't have to say more than I need to. Don't even worry about coming back. Am I right, collective? But I'm going to end it here. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Use your own intuition, your own when it comes to what is coming from your higher self. If you got to counsel with your spirit team to get that clarity, do that. But nonetheless, use your own discernment, your own intuition. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what your gut tells you. Know your own energy from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, you guys, hopefully the reading resonates with you and or is helpful. And those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.